What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin podcast. Jack, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Like I said, as you see, I'm using the Switch camera this time around because my Logitech just decided to say, it's time to go on home to visual Jesus. So, so I'll be holding this down until I get me a new webcam. But I'm good, man.
All right, Andre.
I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I'm not losing my mind over a character having some dialogue.
People, we will be talking about that, and we will be talking about that. But
Taking
yeah,
away the mystique, Andre.
yeah,
Look, you have to get your shots off early. So
yeah.
I'm not going to look. If we in the Wild West, I'm not standing there waiting for you to pull your gun. I'm popping you first.
Facts. I mean, but yeah, we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But first, just want to give our real quick thoughts on the Japanese state of play. Once again, we did a live reaction on that, and that was an actual. It wasn't bad in my purview. It was just one of those situations where I'm like, this more than likely could have been a couple trailers in an email, because once again, we do have the Keeleys coming up. So, and most of those games are coming over here. Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm like, all right, why are y'all? First of all, normally they don't show the Japanese stuff, the region stuff. They don't show over here normally. They keep it region locked to their specific region because certain stuff ain't gonna come. They purposely put all this stuff. They purposely put it over here. Which makes me believe all this stuff is coming in some way, shape, or form. So, personally, there was a couple things I liked. That Marvel Tokon game, which I know is coming. I'm pretty sure that's coming everywhere. And the Blaze Blue game, that upon another trailer that came out, it's confirmed it's a action adventure roguelike.
Well, that was
had so much potential. Had so much potential.
That was it for me.
Yeah. The Fatal Frame stuff was Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Fatal Frame. At this point, if you don't know what Fatal Frame is,
I mean, it's been around long enough.
Yeah. So, and a lot of the stuff that was on there, honestly, probably should have came out in October, as they missed Halloween by like a week and a half. So yeah,
that's what we were saying on the reaction that we did. It was like a lot of stuff would have fared better if they came out before Halloween.
Yeah.
But hey, who am I?
Yeah, I mean, bro, at this point, I'm just like, okay, it is what it is at this point. But yeah, if you want to see our live reaction, it is, we got it in the YouTube list, so check it out if you want to see that. It is what it is. Any final thoughts on that?
I mean, like I said, it's like you said, it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it's just it could have been phoned in. It could have been a tweet. It really didn't have to be a whole direct. But I will say, after seeing it again and their big push at the end to kind of show you how a PlayStation 5 works and the controller works.
Yeah.
I'm curious as into why they did that. But then also too, from my previous, my video I just dropped on my channel, it seems like they're already preparing for this PC push, because they got the monitor now with the charge, like with the hook for the charging a controller. They already got speakers. I wouldn't surprise me if they come with their own share. Yeah, they're gearing up to get everybody pushed over to PC.
I mean, at this point, they got to make money somehow.
I'm with you.
Yeah, they got to make money somehow. And as much as I wish that fan base would just back all they bragging up, they don't.
No, they don't. No.
They don't. Like, they don't purchase the games. I mean, it's not there. We said it with Astro Bot. We said it with Spider-Man 2. But then again, we also said Spider-Man shouldn't have had that budget was ridiculous.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have had that. But, it is what it is at this point. They got to make money. And for Microsoft and Sony, exclusives don't help them.
Which is nuts.
It's because and they only have themselves to blame. They only have themselves to blame because, one, the budgets are too big. They let their developers take 10, 5, 6, 7 years and overblows your budget because they have this grand vision that don't work. And then so they keep pushing the money into those games. Then when the games come out, there's no return on it.
Right.
So you have to go other places because going there, we spent all this money and we barely sold 1 million copies. Barely, if that.
Yeah.
And after doing all the marketing and stuff, we didn't even turn a profit in most cases. So there's that. Contrasted with, because people love to sit up and pretend like they people really do think that Legend of Zelda and Metro are going to be on PlayStation and Xbox. It's not.
I don't pay no attention because they're just looking at the like a pattern that they're seeing, and they're not understanding that there's a cause behind it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not going to happen. And you say, well, why? I mean, everybody else do it. They need to get in line. No, they don't, because they actually make money off their stuff. That's why there's hardly ever a sale. And if it is, it's like 5%, like 5% off. Like
it ain't much.
It ain't much.
Need a couple bucks.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, most people buy the game and don't complain about it. Like there's always going to be people on the line complain about it, but that ain't real life. So
correct. Yeah.
like another game we're gonna get into in a little bit. So I'm gonna piss some people off tonight. But it is what it is at this point. I wish they would stop doing that, but Sony pushed the whole we do cinematics, we tell cinematic stories. Microsoft said we got more money than y'all.
Yeah.
And that retail cinematic costs money.
Yeah. And we just got more money than y'all. So bump that. And Tim's like, okay, we'll just be over here in the corner of my own business, just making stuff. So y'all do y'all.
That's you can do.
Yeah, y'all do y'all. We'll be over here. And they've been like that for what, 3 generations now?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Minding their own business.
And that's the best business they can mind because the rest of them trying to find footing. They really can't find footing. And then, they just got a new competitor. And it ain't about to be pretty.
Nah,
it ain't about to be pretty.
Not in these streets, it ain't. It is not about to be pretty in these streets. So, you know what? Let's go on and talk about that Steam announcement before we do the Super Mario Galaxy trailers. That way it's better flow. So, Steam has a console that is coming out. I think this is the second or third time they did this.
Third.
Yeah.
Third. No, it's the third. They had one they kind of quietly released.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they did another one after that. That's where we got the Steam controller that we currently know.
Yeah.
And this third one is this current controller. It's ugly, but I think it's functional. It's
there you go. It does the job. It may not be cute, but it does the job.
It does the job, yeah. So
I mean, it's got the touch pads on it, so I get that that contributes to it being ugly. But hey, it's got something in it that Microsoft controllers ain't got. That's gyro.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's got something that Sony controllers ain't got, and that's battery life. But hey,
yeah, that's true. 35 hours.
Yeah. Now, this came out, and there's somebody said it looks like a GameCube. I'm like,
that was probably the point.
Yeah.
Gabe Cube.
Yeah.
People think that Gabe don't pay attention.
Yeah, it's basically a cube. They do have removable plates on it, which I thought was pretty cool. But once again, like, this ain't for me because I don't game on Steam that much. I may have 2 games on there, I think. I just don't get. So for me, just like with Steam Deck, it's not going to be something that I can see me having. Okay. However, some people lost their ever-loving mind this week. When I'm like, bro, it is not that serious.
Yes, it is.
You can game. You can play Steam games on the most basic laptop. I don't know what people's minds are.
Yeah,
it was 2 different crowds, right? So I paid attention to this full-fledged, and then it hit my scene because I made a video about it, and apparently that was wrong. So, so when you look at it, you got the PC elitists that were like, this is stupid. It's underpowered, and we don't like. What are they thinking? What is going on? And then, of course, Valve comes out and like, hey, look, we did the survey. 70% of our users have either the equivalent of this or lower. Like, this is going to be on par, if not better, than 70% of our users. So,
and you don't have to have. People need to stop believing that you got to have the top of the line to play the majority. You don't.
And it doesn't even remotely get close. Now, I understand that most people that get into PC gaming, they want the best of the best of the best of the best. But that is a small minority of the PC space. You got a crowd that is into emulation. You got a crowd that is into MMOs. You got a crowd that's into modding. You got a crowd that just wants to play in general because they don't want to get into consoles and they already have a PC for work. So they say, why not? Let me just get on PC as well. So looking at the anger side of it, it was genuinely like, Valve, what are you doing? We don't know to price it, but what are you doing? You should have pretty much made a beastly device that wasn't going to sell to anybody anyway, but I want you to because I think it would be best. And then you have the other side of the house that's like, oh, this is not comparable. This is, weaker than a Series S and da-da-da. I'm like, why does it matter? If the developer is telling me that this thing can play games that 70% of my crowd is playing, why are you questioning it? And then on top of that, they're like, hey, look, some games will even play 4K 60 with FSR because, of course, we're in the era of upscale. So why question it? For me, this, like, I've been talking about getting back into PC gaming for a while. I have a Steam Deck because I bought it for my son, but then he swapped me my ROG Ally for the Steam Deck. And it works. Now, I'm one that don't mind tinkering, but I know it's not for everybody. But all in all, you would imagine Valve has learned a lot from having the Steam Deck out and, going through their faults with the first two Steam engines. So they understand what's going on. And one thing that I think the PC crowd should be happy about is you now have a device that developers can optimize for. You can't optimize for a million PCs, but you can optimize for a Steam engine. Or a Steam machine. I don't know why I keep calling that damn thing a Steam engine, but it's Steam machine. But
look, I think of the whole thing is the Steam engine. The whole thing.
Me too. Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things to where this is great for the casual crowd to get in. Where it would become a problem is that freaking 1% elitist crowd. They're gonna push people away from PC gaming, and then it's not gonna serve them any purpose whatsoever. Because this is the same thing that's happening in VR right now. The elitist VR crowd that started off with PC VR is complaining because everybody wants to develop for the Quest 3. But it's like, oh, but the games are ugly. They're not this, they're not that. And it's like, but it's selling. And it's also convenient for people. And it's also priced well. Most people cannot go and buy a $500 to $600 headset on top of $1,000 PC. They can just buy Quest 3S for like $300, and then everything that comes in that box is what they need. It's called convenience, people. And that's what we've been doing for years.
Hook it up to your computer.
Thank you. And that's the key thing. But yeah, I mean, this is up my alley. I may not get the Steam frame, but I'm interested in seeing what all it can do because, like Andre just said, I have a Quest 3 already, so I can just pair it to my Quest 3 and call it a day. Like I'm good. But I am looking forward to that Steam engine for sure.
I mean, it looks like I said. If I had a bunch of Steam and PC games, I would be right there.
Oh, I do. My library is stupid.
I got 4 different libraries.
I don't. Yeah. See, I think I have Grandia 2 Special Edition, and I have one of those free to play games. I think it's Mecha Break or Snow Break. That's
okay.
One of the ones that I have. But yeah, that's why I'm like I would love to, but I just don't see it's not a good purchase for me because
it's not beneficial.
I would not be using it.
Yeah.
I'm just not even finna lie to y'all. I wouldn't be using it. So, but it's just interesting seeing people, especially in the PC space, get pissed off. I'm like, dude, it's just another option for people. Nobody told you had to buy it.
But that's the problem. Everything for PC, and when it's made, it needs to be for me. And
Yeah,
like I said in my video, the PC crowd is the most selfish crowd. They want everything to be catered to them. But one thing I did see for a lot of, like, I have my go-to content creators, and I saw one video that came out, and I didn't even think about it in this nature. He was looking at it from a standpoint of this could genuinely change like sports gaming, right? So everybody else was kind of going overboard, like, oh, this is changing gaming forever. Stop. Like, this it's not doing that.
No.
But
I wish they stopped doing that.
It's like it's not doing that.
I mean,
but
technically, any console can change gaming forever.
Yeah, but
sure.
I just wish people stopped doing that because they hype themselves up and then
to be disappointed.
And it's like, bro, just keep your emotions in check, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Your expectations in check.
Now, for the sports conversation, I was like, he's valid because we're in the space, like we said, to where it's just 2K and Madden at this point. Like, and then you got your FIFAs, of course, but there are still crowds that heavily mod your NFL 2K5s. They heavily mod your old Maddens. They heavily mod a lot of these sports games that have current rosters and sometimes look and flow better than the current games. So that those crowds can actually go back to those games and also still partake in the new games because the new games are still releasing there. And I think it's going to pay it forward if there are content creators that make it very seamless for the casual crowd to understand modding, because that's the hardest part. Like, you can point people to GitHub and all these other places all you want to, but some people are not. They're not comfortable.
They're not savvy enough.
Yeah, they're not savvy, and they're definitely not comfortable because let one thing break, they don't know what to do. My son did the same thing. He had a Steam Deck. He bought what was it? It was Dragon Ball. It was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And they had so many mods for that game. He was like, all right, Dad, I'm going to download a whole bunch of these mods. He did the first one. Cool. Second one, cool. Third one, he was like, okay, something's not working. Something happened. And I was like, well, you kind of have to play the test game.
Figure out which
one broke it. Like,
and sometimes you can look back at the pages and they'll tell you which mods are not compatible with each other.
Yeah. So
not everybody's going to do that.
And that's just extra work. So
it's very for something that looks cool, and it kind of goes back into the emulation side. Like, yeah, it sounds cool to say that you can play all Switch games on PC until you try to finish those games and you realize, you know what, maybe I can't finish all these damn games on PC because they're broken.
I remember when I remember me and Shadow confronted a dude, kept sounding like he played Xenoblade Chronicles X on PC, and like, come to find out you couldn't get past chapter 4.
You can't. No, like a lot of those games are like that. You can't finish them. Like, you can't.
You only played like 3 chapters of the game, which means you didn't finish it. Which means, I'm sorry, but your opinion is irrelevant.
Yeah, they're similar to like that. Like I said, it's the emulation crowd. I get it to load up. I take a picture. I post it online, and I'm done. And that's essentially what they do. They don't play the games. They just do it to say, look what I did. And it's like, well, hell, you talking as if you did the coding. You just downloaded something. You didn't
do none of the work, bro.
None of the work. So
you downloaded it, changed a couple settings here and there, but
that was it.
Yeah. So
you didn't struggle to figure out how to make it work.
Right.
True.
So I'm all on board. Because like I said, while I could go and build my own, one thing I've learned over time is like having that form factor is expensive. Like, because Asus has their own brand that's like this very slim PC that's pretty powerful, and them things, I think the lowest was like 13 or 1400. So you're gonna pay for that form factor. So if Valve can figure out how to make this cheaper, I would say probably around $800. Like, if they can make this $800, is going to be great for them. I'm not gonna say it's going to be a big seller, because to double down on that, if you're going to make it 8, I think they also need to have partnerships with some of these retailers, similar to how Asus and Lenovo partner with Best Buy to get their devices in Best Buy, so people can physically see it and try these things.
That's the other thing. Yeah, because I think at this point you're gonna have to, because that space is getting filled up
fast.
Yeah, fast. And everybody, if you think people ain't paying attention to like what Nintendo doing, just look at all these handhelds we're getting.
Oh yeah, and there's more coming.
They're not paying attention. For the people that say, Nintendo's irrelevant and all they do is make you the game, they anti-consumer and all this. If you think they're not paying attention, look at what's happening.
Yep. And just to double down on it.
Right.
Yeah, you might as well say everybody anti-consumer, but to double down on Nintendo's inspiration that the masses go on. The hot topic and the hot pieces of device in retro handhelding right now are the 2DS clones.
Yep.
And the 3DS clones.
The brick ones and the big brick ones in the fold cases. Yeah.
Yeah, like because AYN Thor just dropped, and that is 2 OLED screens, and it looks just like the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hot commodity right now. And guess who ushered that in? It's just,
but dual screen gaming is a problem.
Yeah.
People are breaking their necks for that device.
Just to put this out there for y'all, dual screen TVs are a thing now.
They are actually just like glasses, just like the glassesless 3D.
Yeah,
because Sony got pissed off because they was making money off selling those 3D TVs and them glasses, because them glasses was not cheap.
No,
them glasses was not cheap. And then Nintendo and Hisense put out Nintendo puts out the 3DS. Hisense put out they glassesless 3D TV, and Sony was pissed because now people like, wait a minute, I ain't got to spend all that money. I can just buy that.
Yep. I will say the other thing that they did that I thought was funny when Nintendo did it was when they put Tekken the blood movie on 3DS in 3D. I'm like, y'all being petty. Now y'all just being petty. Hey, that's the best way to be honest with you. Because what was crazy too, like that Sony TV you're talking about, they had other functions to it that I thought was pretty cool. Like the fact that they were trying to, I don't know if they were trying to cure local multiplayer where you didn't want to like have people screen watching. But with those glasses, it was like, oh, I can see my side and you can see your side, which I thought was pretty dope technology.
That was pretty cool.
It's just it never went further than that.
And the problem was that price. People couldn't afford that.
That's the concept now that could be reused with VR, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
So that was the thing. Like like I said, the TV wasn't bad, but the two main problems was, one, 3D works best in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have to have a setup for that. And number two, everything wasn't coming out in 3D. So even if the movie was out in 3D in the theaters, everything wasn't getting a 3D version on DVD, on Blu-ray DVD. It just wasn't.
Those few and far in between.
Yeah. So like the big stuff did, but everything didn't.
Yeah.
So basically it was essentially a waste of money.
The bad thing is now that concept could be reused because people probably hate me for saying this, but that concept could be reused because of AI, because it could clone perspectives, and you could do it now, but nobody's going to attempt to do it, which is going to be the problem. You could do it now, though. Yeah,
now. So, it is what it is. So, you know what? Let's have a little fun and just watch a trailer right quick. What's that? Watch a little movie trailer right quick. You know, because every now and then, we need to break the monotony of, foolishness by watching Jack Black.
The picture of foolishness.
Why they always want artists to be like this, man? No artists I know act like this.
I know some violent artists. I just like to know how
that is not how paint works.
That's what I'm saying. I'd like to know how he got that much just throwing paint.
Don't move. I'll be right up. Sipping the soup, cleaning the paint. And also trim the bonsai bush. Here we go.
He's got his hair too.
Yep.
Hey, Luigi. What's up, Mario? Behold.
The hater rate.
He's like, yo, bruh. They're like, yo, bruh.
What do you think?
Love the colors.
Dude, depending on
some people got that as their screensaver right now.
I'll burn the skin off your bones.
Hey.
Wow. Sorry about that. That's the old Bowser talking. Still working through my demons, I suppose. Anyway, I need my 8 hours or else I really turn into a monster.
I don't know if I'd have been ready to jump on something I don't know what it is.
Right.
I wouldn't either.
Oh,
look
yeah,
at the
I'll let y'all
desert,
go
you're
ahead
gonna
and do that. This is definitely blending Sunshine and
I'm
Galaxy.
Bowser Jr.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be taking my father now.
Princess Rosalina, you're coming with me.
I think this is probably the most messed up moment. She just took a deep breath and just said, okay, bye.
Right. I need this type of Rosalina in something. I don't know what, but I need her in something like
It's
this because she
I'll
was
just
crucial.
take a deep breath. That's it. Just take a deep breath. It's over.
All right, so they had a whole 7-minute direct for this. We did not live react to that just because no, and
Yeah.
but trailer was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
did not have a Donkey Kong sighting, so don't know what that.
DK gonna get his own movie.
yeah, he gonna get his
Probably.
own. He gone
More than likely.
at this point.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting. Saw some Super Mario Odyssey in there. Saw some Sunshine. Kind of SM3 in there a little bit.
Yeah,
Which
they
part?
had bits and pieces of everything. You had some Super Mario Brothers 2, 3,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Galaxy, Sunshine.
yeah. So I don't have any clue how Rosalina fits into this, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be funny as long as we get another Simp song for 2026 now, because we had the greatest Simp song of 2023. We need to follow up featuring Chris Brown and Ed Sheeran.
Chris Brown
and Ed Sheeran with Jack Black.
Oh,
Now I'm surprised though. I thought whenever Jack Black came on to introduce who was Bowser Jr., who's voicing Bowser Jr., I thought it was gonna be him. I thought he was saying he was doubling up. Like, oh, it's me. Like, I'm doing both.
like no, we're not allowing you to do that.
We're not giving you 2 paychecks. We're not giving you 2 checks. No,
You get one.
I'm the star of the show. Might as well.
But I did like how weird some of them, how over exaggerated them paintings were. I'm like, bro, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. I know you bored, but come on, dude.
Hey, let that man live. And he tiny. He ain't got nothing else. At least they gave him like a decent cage. Like they could have left him in that bird cage. They built him a whole castle.
They made a whole castle around. I'm pretty sure Luigi was the one that did it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the
Mario's
same
like,
thing.
yeah.
That was Luigi all the way.
Yeah.
That was he's like, look, he's so small right now. We don't have to be mean to
Like
him.
we ain't gotta be mean to him. Like and Mario
Not
was
even-
like
Mario's still on site with him.
yeah.
I don't blame him. Like, think about it. If Luigi's being nice to him, realize you were about to end up in lava because of this man.
Yeah.
So you a little too nice. You almost died. Like
Twice.
yeah.
Not once, but twice. And you gotta remember, Bowser was killing people in that first movie. Like, bro,
Yeah.
he was getting killed. Like,
That man,
we
he was
laughed
great.
about it. We laughed about it because it was funny, but yeah.
Yeah, that dude is a fool. But I will say I'm looking forward to the movie. One thing I will say is like maybe Rosalina is involved because somehow Bowser Jr. found out that there are better stars than the one that Bowser was going for. Now, like I told the cast last night, I'm surprised that we saw nothing of Yoshi. Like Yoshi has been, we know he's in it, but the thing is like the ads have been leaking him. Like it seems like he's gonna be a prominent piece in this movie, but he was nowhere to be found in this trailer.
I'm guessing they're gonna show him in like the second trailer, probably gonna hit like in February because they said April. So I'm guessing the second trailer's gonna hit end of January, early February, and that's probably where they're gonna put him in because even the director said like, yeah, he's gonna be in the sequel. Like they already had planned that out anyway. So that's why they did the whole teaser in Mario in the first one. Like
Right.
he's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, he wasn't nowhere to be seen. So
Yeah. So I mean, and also with him not being here, and then we got Rosalina now. I wonder if we see Daisy in the desert now. Is Birdo in this one at all?
We might not see Daisy just yet because they haven't introduced Wario.
yeah,
I'm thinking they're probably going to
yeah.
introduce Wario and Daisy at the same time.
that makes
Probably,
more sense. That actually makes more
Even
sense.
even though Daisy was definitely well before Wario, but Wario
For sure. Yeah,
ended
yeah.
up taking over in the Mario Land games. So
Mhm.
they probably won't show him until they show him and Daisy about the same time.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the best thing to do, just because it'll probably flow better if they did it that way. Dark
Now that you
Voice.
mentioned that, Andre, I'm surprised that might be our third movie then, because we were talking about who could be the next villain. It could be Wario and Waluigi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because isn't Daisy's desert kingdom is rich as all hell, and
yeah.
Wario
yeah.
wants money.
Yeah.
So
he bought that cash, bro. He bought that cash. Dark Void, I did see the leaked Zelda pics. I
Creepy Zelda pics.
I would say something, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna wait. I will.
Just
wait until later to say anything. But I said something in our personal
let him refine it.
chat, and y'all know Jack and Andre. They already know this is gonna be, because I saw something and I'm like,
you already know.
Yep. This is gonna get bashed.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. So I'm like, yep, this is gonna get bashed. So yeah, I did see the pics. I kind of wish people wouldn't do that, honestly, because the guy that was recording it, he was clearly not on that set.
You can tell he wasn't.
Yeah, he probably found a break somewhere where somebody wasn't doing what they were supposed to, and he was able to get that 30 seconds of footage. So
he was like, that man was out camping. Yeah, because he was like, oh, he out camping and just like, ooh, what is this? Let me film it. And it probably didn't know what it was. Just
so that's one of them situations. I kind of wish they wouldn't have did that, but whatever, it is what it is. But some people are already losing their mind. I'm like, y'all don't even know what the story is. Just chill out. Like they literally just started filming last week. Chill out. Like, geez, chill out. So that's why I hate stuff like this, because
miserable, bro.
Yeah, because of the Uber. They fake fans. I ain't even finna lie. They fake fans. Just like with Marvel and DC. You got people that ain't never read a comic in their life trying to tell people that read comics how a character's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I'll leave
I'm
it
like,
at that. So
like somebody's trying, like, just for instance, I can't remember the podcasters, but they try to say that Venom is a villain and not an anti-hero. I was like, he's been an anti-villain in the comics since the early 90s.
Yeah.
There's no way in the world.
One of the things that came out of Maximum Carnage was the fact that he is a anti-hero now. He's not a villain anymore. That was one of the main things that came out of it.
I was like, how did this was like, people like, stop trying to go by the movies, like, but that's how he was in the comics. That's not a movie thing,
right?
That's how he's been forever.
It's like with people not understanding that Captain America ain't about America, and he hadn't been since like the mid-90s after Onslaught. But if you tell people, though, he's supposed to be about America, like, no, he ain't.
No,
this dude has not been,
okay. He became Nomad for a reason.
Yeah, there's a whole section.
He will turn on the United States at the drop of a hat. If he feels like it need to be done, he gonna do it.
All right.
So that's why I'm like, y'all don't. But once again, you got people who do not understand that, and just So that's the problem that I'm at right now, because I'm just like, y'all seen 30 seconds. Y'all saw some horses. Y'all saw some people. Y'all saw some outfits. You don't know what the hell going on.
Hey, I know what the movie's all about from that one clip right there.
Yeah, it's behind some trees.
Where we didn't even see them acting. We
didn't hear the dialogue at all. Like it looked like there was
nothing. it looked like they was waiting to start. That's what it looked like, because it looked like they were just okay. You remember what you got to do? Yeah, to where we gonna be at. That looked like what they were doing. It doesn't even look like they were doing nothing. Like, bruh, but you got whole diatribes of people like, and this is gonna be taken from Tears of the Kingdom, as you can see. Like, as you can see what, bro? As you can see what, bro?
Like, you saw an outfit, but you forget that every Legend of Zelda story is told so it can be standalone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, their best bet for Legend of Zelda is to not go by no game. Just make your own doggone movie. Just do it.
Yeah, that's what I said yesterday. I was like, nope, do not follow by nothing, because that fan base, oh my goodness.
And on top of that, first of all, the fan base ain't that big, so people need to hell out. Like, this is not Mario. This is Zelda.
Yeah,
they are not. Zelda is not as recognizable as people think it is. It is not. So, yeah.
Dark Boy, you trying to get this? You trying to get this movie boycotted?
Boy,
that's what you trying to do.
Yeah, dude. Man,
you asking for it? You gonna see all types of anti this and go ahead and see like conspiracy posts. Boy, it's gonna get stupid fast.
But yeah, I did see that. I wish it wouldn't have happened, but they gotta do it. They're gonna have to do a better job and tighten up security or something, because you can't have that happening. I know they in New Zealand and everything, and they out in the wild, but you can't be having that happen, dude.
Yeah,
not like that.
Because isn't this part of the reason why the last one got pulled?
The one that they did for Netflix, it was the animated one, is because that dude went and put the trailer out for everybody, and not realizing that was supposed to be just in house, because Netflix was trying to get they're trying to win the contract, basically, to do the movie. I think it was supposed to be the movie. The trailer, I ain't gonna lie, the trailer did look good. It did, because it was basically a standoff between Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf, and some of his minions. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. I liked the way it looked for the time, because that was circa 2006, 2007.
Somewhere around there,
I'm like, I liked how it looked for the time, but I'm like, that was Netflix's fault, because they should have had a reign on who, was in control. They lost that and Star Fox because of that.
That's disgusting, boy. You talking about ain't
Star Fox would have been an anime,
bro. I'm blacklisting you from any and everything you ever think you gonna work at. Ain't no, like you will never see another animation studio a day in your life,
because they lost that and they lost Zelda and Star Fox, because they were gonna get both of them exclusively. They were gonna have both of them, and I'm like, bro, because of one dude,
I would tow his ass up, boy. Like, boy. So my Gomer pal, boy, we just look, put this up in his sock, and we finna go to work.
Yeah, catch his hands. So the other thing that dropped this week was the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond overview trailer. People were complaining that Nintendo hadn't did anything for marketing, and the game's supposed to be out in a couple weeks, so they put a trailer out. They were not really a trailer, but just an overview, letting people know what the game looked like, and letting know some of the side characters and stuff. And now people mad about Miles McKenzie.
Main reason I put that name right there on the screen.
Miles McKenzie.
Because Andre, me and you had talked about this before. Now, with Nintendo trying to go into pictures, at some point they're going to do a Zelda one. They're going to. They're going to have to. And the thing about Metroid is most of those games are bottle games. What I mean by that is, like, when a bottle movie is a movie that happens within a set specific time frame, usually over one night or one day. That's what they call a bottle film. Metroid games are mostly bottle games, which means they only happen within this set time frame on this set planet before she blow it up. That's not a spoiler, by the way. And it happens like that. So when you're playing the game, you don't need to have certain things in it, because it's a video game. You're performing the actions and everything. Movies are different. Anime is different. You kind of need interaction so people can understand characters and stuff. Now, me and Andre had said before, like, look, I don't know how they need to do it, but she needs to have either a suit AI or something because Samus is stoic. You need somebody to offset that. Offset that does not mean cracking jokes every 5 minutes, but you do need to have somebody that has a personality, some type of personality. Now, I don't even know what you're getting mad about, because if you played Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, they had the same. It did the same thing. They had NPCs that talked.
This is where people ain't playing the games.
Yeah. Oh, dude, trust me, because people have tried. Because I responded to one of Rob's posts, and I'm like, "That's how I can tell nobody played the games." Everybody on there telling me, "Well, I played the games, and they shouldn't." I'm like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't." Because you complain about corruption. Corruption did the exact same thing. You talked to the Federation. Federation was there. You talked to them. You interacted with the NPCs. There was voice acting in it. The only person who didn't talk was Samus. And my thing is, I'd have Samus talk, but I have her say talk in nothing but Chozo the whole time, just to piss everybody off.
I would have it set up so that she speaks in Chozo because that's the language she prefers to speak in, and they have translators, and they have to wait for the translation to come through before they can respond.
Yep, that's how I do it. I mean, she spoken dread.
Look, if I'm going to troll, I'm going to troll the whole way through.
You got to commit to it.
I'm going to commit fully to it.
Yeah, do it. So that's the thing. I'm like, she does need some type of, because I was saying it should be the dude from the M. Higgins, the big black dude that was her homeboy, the only one that actually talked to her and she would actually not be pissed about. Like everybody else, she was pissed at. Everybody else, she was pissed at. She was not pissed.
He was the only one that could straight up talk to her. She'd be like, you know what?
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, bruh. That's what I'm like.
I be mad at you.
Yeah. So that's what I would have did. I'd have that because of the simple fact that, like, one, you've already established that this character and Samus are cool enough to where she would actually not act up with him.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. And the other way is and the other thing too is she actually listened to him and like they was cool. They was cool. So I would do it like that. And then that way you can have a character that has a personality that can offset Samus's stoicness, because Samus is stoic. She just what she is. And I even saw one thing where somebody was like, I didn't know Samus was that tall. Like, Samus is supposed to be 6'3". She's gonna be like 6'3", 190. Like, y'all do
she up there on height.
Like, y'all do realize that she's like, she got infused with, when she took that Chozo blood infusion to save her life, that's what changed her DNA.
Yep.
So she hadn't been fully human since she was 4.
That's crazy.
Because
of Ridley.
Because of Ridley.
Ridley sold his own fate.
Yeah.
So now
Ridley pulled the Zeus before Zeus.
Yeah.
So now I'm very open and saying like, hey, I'm very, very casual in that Metroid space. So I'm always able to come to y'all and ask y'all a question on certain things as like a casual and somebody that's not into it, but I try my best to get into it. So when you look at Metroid Prime 4, from my understanding, this essentially is kind of like a reboot.
No, it's actually continuing. From what they're doing is continuing. They finished the phase on story. They're going into another story. This probably, if anything, is probably, and I hope this is true because I did read. I forgot where that article was on. I'm hoping this is actually like lending more credence to the whole finding out more about the Chozo and who all they was interacting with.
Okay, yeah, because I was
be another alien race that disappeared because the Chozo ain't going nowhere. Yeah. They just the Federation don't know where they at. Yeah, the Federation don't know where they at. Like this planet, these people supposed to be actually extinct. But from what they understand, from the understanding is the Chozo did interact with them, which means
gotcha. Okay,
that could make it that could possibly be one of the reasons why Samus is able to adapt and actually could be able to do stuff.
This is another trilogy set up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because the reason why I ask is because you saw a lot of people asking that question of like, hey,
Yeah.
do I need to go backwards
Not
before I
really.
even touch this?
No,
And then everybody was like,
every
no,
Metroid,
because
most Metroid games recap the previous
Yeah.
series of important events before you go on.
Yeah.
People got to
And-
stop that.
Yeah, the only thing with Prime 1, 2, and 3 was they were doing lore dumps to try to get people caught up to tell the actual background story. That's what they were trying to do.
Okay.
And people still didn't do all the scanning or pay attention, so it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, it didn't make a difference. It really didn't.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's why they was complaining, talking about they wanted full voice acting. That's why we got Other M, and then they got mad about Other M, even though Other M is a great game. That combat system, I still want that. I just want to do the wrestling moves.
I think that game really, after going back and playing that for the first time, that one would fare a lot better nowadays with a standard control setup.
Yeah.
Because
I think the biggest problem for Other M that people, other than people just honing in on Samus monologuing to herself, is just that it was we remote focused.
Yeah.
Not everybody can make that adjustment. I can understand that, but
once you got it down, it was actually seamless.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. It's just
it's not. Yeah, it's just not preferred.
One of those things. A lot of people fight against themselves instead of doing what you would think would naturally come to you. They'll fight against doing the physical motion.
I mean, we saw what happened with the Star Fox Zero. You had grown men couldn't play that game, and then I'm looking at my 7-year-old nephew at the time, and he's like, "Uncle Jay, this is fun." I'm like, "You can have fun, but this grown 35-year-old man from IGN can't have fun."
Couldn't even beat it on the easiest setting.
I'm saying, like, most people are just stuck in their mindset of how they want things to be controlled. So, like, for example, clean example, Donkey Kong Bonanza. The way they have that set up, it works is smart. You want to punch up, press the button that's up top. Want to punch forward, press the button on the left, bottom, whole 9 yards. But most people were like, you know what? I'm gonna just go back and just switch it to your standard setup. Like, they didn't want to do the control scheme that way. And I'm like, well, they kind of set up perfect for a reason, but once again, I mean, trying to get people to change or conform is almost impossible sometimes.
Yeah, it is. But that's why I was hoping, and the other thing too, I was hoping they would do when the Metroid Prime 1 remaster came out, because there's a rumor that 2 and 3 are done. But I was hoping they would release 2 and 3 before 4, just because I think they will probably fare better with a multi-control scheme. The problem with corruption is basically straight up, because it was used as pretty much a performance piece for the Wii, showing what you could do with the remote and chuck, basically. Yeah, because that was what 2007. Yeah, 2007 when corruption came out. Because it came out. I think it came out a week after Halo 3, which was awesome time to be alive. It was awesome time to be alive because I was eating good on first-person shooters that month. But yeah, like that's the only one that would probably need like control change. And I think that would be easy to do because of the simple fact that you already had the format with the GameCube controller anyway. So
it's not like they're using a whole separate engine either.
It's really ain't. Yeah, it's the same.
Just
engine.
Important to controls.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those situations where I wish they would have did that, because then people who claim to have played it but really didn't can actually play it like they did with the first Prime, and then they would get mad telling themselves because, oh man, why we gotta do all this backtracking? I thought you said you played Metroid Prime.
That's a Metroid game, bro.
Yeah, I thought you said you played Metroid Prime. Because one of my complaints with 1 and 2 is I wish they would do something where you could do fast travel or something, because like you basically have a 16-hour game that's stretched out to 30 because you got to walk.
All right.
Because you sitting there hoofing it.
And 3 they did a better job with that, because they did allow you to like jump halfway between the stage at points with your gunship. But I'm like, bro, that ain't the same. The other thing though, I thought the overview trailer did a good job of like actually telling you who all about to die, because all them dudes talking about, man, I can't wait till I get home and see my kids like you did.
Yeah,
I can't wait. When I get home, the first thing I'm gonna do is take a long needed leave. You're dead.
Yeah, you gonna have that. You gonna permanent leave, bro. Permanent.
So I'm like, yeah,
You're gonna
they
find
doing a
your
good
body
job-
somewhere along the way.
They doing a good job telling us all the Federation dudes about to die. 'Cause
Right.
it's like it's 5 of y'all, 3 of y'all already told us you gonna die in the train. It's like that. What was that Simpsons episode where they were showing Grandpa in the in World War II, and dude was on the boat talking about, man, I can't wait to get home to my sweet Sylvia. Got shot. Whoa,
That's great.
whoa. Like, so yeah.
Oh man.
I love that, but yeah, I enjoyed the overview trailer. I'm looking forward to playing that game. I'm pretty sure that Viola's gonna be the reason why we get around places quicker.
Mhm.
I also got a theory about the whole Viola bike system.
Mhm.
Now, people have been saying they want vehicle combat in Metroid for the longest time.
Mhm.
And this is, to me, this is them being able to do a performance test on
how it
having
works.
a vehicle move in 3D space to be able to use it to move on to be able to use like her gunship or say a later game down the line with her newer ship.
Yeah, because
At least that's my theory.
I would love for them to actually do flight missions, but that's just me. I would like to do some.
Yeah.
space
I
missions.
want to see some space combat in Metroid because there's no way all of her fighting is on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There ain't no way somebody saw her flying around in space. Say, hey, look, that's Samus's ship. Let's go murk her. There ain't no way nobody did that, especially next time.
Hold on. Don't murk her. Wait till she get on the ground. Then we'll jump her. Like, what?
Wait, why?
Why?
Hey, like, you got a bigger target in space. Like, what you,
Look, man. Meta Ridley
that's
is
some
still in.
that's some
Meta Ridley
Frieza logic there.
Meta Ridley is still in the back to take. All right, Meta Ridley's still in the back to take. He ain't fully ready yet. We just wait till she get on the ground. We all jumping together, right? Right? Everybody go. No.
I'd be the one right there at the console, like, hey, we got rockets, we got lasers.
She
Let me
don't
hit
see
them
us
rockets
coming.
first.
She don't see us coming. We can just hit her with this now and get this over with. In some kind of way, she'll still survive all of that and bring them to a planet and blow it up. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to Metroid Prime 4. Honestly, a lot of this negative discourse, I'll say it like I said when Dread come out. A lot of y'all don't play these games,
They
and
don't.
stop acting like. And we need to stop pretending like this is a fan base on par with like Pokemon or like
Not
Mario.
even close.
No, this ain't even
No,
close.
it's not.
It's
Not the actual fan base. No.
Yeah, like people ain't gonna be buying this. Like y'all thinking, you got people thinking that it's gonna be like 10 million sold in one day. No, it ain't.
No.
No, it ain't.
Because
Yeah,
I would love for Metroid to get to that point, but it's not there.
But it's not there. Like
So the
it's
Prime
just-
games, what's the best one? Prime 1 is the best selling
in
one?
my opinion, Prime 3 is the best one. But
No, I mean best selling. That's what I meant. to say.
best selling, I think, is Prime 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want
Prime,
to say
the first Prime is the best selling.
yeah, because then I think 2 and 3 are
It's-
not far apart.
it's-
Well, they're all
it's
not
Prime
far
1.
apart. Yeah,
It's Prime, then 3, then 2. 2 is
Yeah.
the worst selling out the group.
but let's be real. They're not that far apart. All right, like people
No,
do not
they're not.
understand that it's not that far apart. Like by not far apart, I mean in some cases I think what it was like 100,000
Mhm.
was
yeah.
was
Originally, I
space.
think it was.
Yeah,
And I think they count the trilogy separately, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
count the individual sales for each of those.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, and I
'Cause-
think because Metro Prime 1 did sell a mill. So did 3. I don't know about 2. I don't know.
I
about
think
2.
2 made it over 1 million. It made it over
Yeah.
1 million.
It's showing that it went over 1 million. So
Okay, so
based
I
off
just
of
couldn't
if
remember.
AI is to be trusted, Prime sold 2.8, 2 sold 1.1, and 3 sold 1.4.
Yeah, that's
And
about
then
right. Yeah.
That
which
sounds
is
about right.
and then
Yeah, sounds about
remaster is wild. Remaster was just like 1.09, which I thought the game
Yeah.
sold more than that.
No, it didn't. I keep telling people, bro, like people talk, but they ain't buying.
Well, the reason why I was like, so it was gonna go into my theory, but that really just kind of debunked my theory. My theory was like, okay, with every game we've seen so far going to the Switch, it gets at least a graceful million bump. Like,
Yeah.
but it don't seem like this got that at all. Like it should have. Like I
If-
feel like remaster should have been at 2, or do you think like the shadow drop kind of hurt it?
No,
I think the
I think it's more like people got Dread and then realized that they didn't really like Metroid like that.
Yeah.
And then Remastered didn't catch a win because people didn't really like Dread. But not
Dread got 3
understanding
million.
that they're two different gameplay styles.
Yeah. And to be fair, like the people that was complaining about Dread, I'm like, especially complaining about how hard it was. I'm like, this is one of the easier ones. What are you talking about? So it doesn't help.
Wow. So Dread hit 3, and so that's the highest at this point.
Yep.
So, and I think you have a point too. People play Dread and was like, but then at the same time, Dread and Prime are different games.
For people that don't play Metroid, they wouldn't know.
Yeah,
true. So now, do y'all feel like Metroid? We always talk about like games that are on Sony and even like Hi-Fi Rush. If they came over to Nintendo, they would sell fantastic. Do we feel like Metroid is on the wrong platform?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
It's not that the platform is the problem for it. It's that people pretend that they buy the games.
Yeah.
Like just be honest. You out here pirating. Tell the truth. Yeah. You pirated.
Or you bought it used, and they don't count those. They don't count used sales. Like I remember having this discussion with somebody, and he pulled out his game and like, no, I support. There's a big used sticker on it, and I had to explain to him, like, no, you only supported GameStop. You didn't support them. You supported GameStop,
right?
And they don't understand that. They think because they bought the game, it counts. It don't count like that. That's why a lot of companies want you to buy the game digital or not. They don't want you to. They don't.
That's the explicit reason for DRM.
Yeah. It is because they don't want you to resell it.
And that's why I personally always thought it would be better for the companies to have a buyback program themselves where they can buy the game back and then resell it. Nintendo was doing that for a while. Up until the Switch. Nintendo was doing that. They did have refurbished versions of their stuff that they sold. They stopped doing it. Or either that or it's very hidden because you can't just find it on their site anymore.
Yeah, and I completely understand that, but it is what it is. I think the thing that hurt the remastered one was that and the taking so long for the physical, because most people that do buy, they wanted the physical copy, and I think the physical copy was like 5 months after it released. I'm like, bro, y'all can't take that long.
I waited. I got it for $20.
I mean, I waited, but I bought both. I double dipped. So
yeah, I just got the digital.
Yeah, so, I double dip. So that's one of those things. I mean, there's a lot of issues with that. But the other thing too is, like I said, like it's not Mario. It ain't gonna sell like that, and people need to because Dread wasn't gonna sell like that. The only reason I think what happened with Dread was a lot of people got stuck with their mouth. They got stuck. They were like, well, I'll buy it if y'all put it out, and so we did.
Well,
right.
One thing, J2, the only way that would work out that way is if they played Prime Remastered. They played Prime first, and a lot of people didn't.
Yeah, they
so
did.
That's why I look at it is they played Dread, realized that they couldn't really get into it because it's harder than they thought it would be, even though that's still one of the easiest 2D Metroid games ever. And then looked at it and they saw that Prime was coming. It was like, well, if this is more Metroid like this, then I don't want to play that.
Yeah.
Even though everybody was loud about how it being a $40 title was what Nintendo should have done, but then y'all didn't buy it.
True. And see, the thing I look at, and I'm on the same page as you, Jay, like I'm not expecting this to do Mario numbers. Like I don't think anybody's expecting that. For me, I look at, like I told Vito and Cisco last night, I said, I look at games from their genres. Like if you have a pool of games in that genre and I'm looking at the top, let's say the top 3 as far as sales are concerned. And if you can't reach that, then that's where I feel like, okay, there may be a concern. So when I look at Metroid kind of falls in like to 2 categories. The one that is created on its own in the sense of Metroidvanias. And then also you have first-person shooters. Now we know that first-person shooter one is vast. Like your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, your Borderlands, all that. And they get up there quite high. But I think that's more on the lines of their hero shooters or the online presence or whatever the case may be. So when you go to Metroidvanias, we think about what's most recent. Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight sold substantially well. So I'm like, okay, was this just for the simple fact that people were like, oh, it's indie, so I'm gonna back it, or can it genuinely get to those Hollow Knight numbers at some point in time, minus the fact of not being able to cost the same price as Hollow Knight, because Hollow Knight is gonna always be cheaper.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. But the other thing too is like I don't want to. I don't mean it like this, but it's probably gonna come out wrong. There's with Metroid, like the Prime games are easier than the 2D games.
Okay,
They just are, and some people do not like tough, hard games. They just don't like.
right.
And so it's not easily accessible for some people.
Okay.
The problem, like one of the problems with Dread, there's some people who haven't beat that game because they can't beat Raven Beat. They can't beat the stuff going to Raven Beat, and they just give up and get mad. And that's that.
Oh, your favorite person said that.
Yeah, like sometimes there's one of those situations where you're like, okay, I understand where like the whole get good crowd, I understand that, but I also kind of understand other people that like, look, man, I just want to play the game. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to sit up here and have to worry about this character sponging stuff. I know I'm hitting them and nothing's happening. And that's that can be an issue with some people. The thing, once again, the other thing too about the Prime series is you have to do a lot of scanning.
You do
a lot of scanning, especially if you want to get the full story, especially with 1, 2, and 3. You have to. If you don't, you're not going to get the full story. That's why there were some people. I remember me and Rob, Root 2 Review, did a Metroid Prime podcast, and people were telling me I was lying until they actually played the game and did what I said, which is scan over 90%, and they saw what I was talking about. Because if you didn't do that, you weren't going to see the story beats that I was saying that was in the game.
Right. Okay.
And some people just don't want to do that. They just like, no, I want to shoot and kill stuff. And I'm like, bro, you can't do that with these titles.
And hence we get the problem with people like disliking Miles McKenzie. I just want to run, shoot, and kill things.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, that's it. Like, and this ain't gonna have no multiplayer, bro, because it don't need it.
Yeah,
it don't. Like, this ain't. If you want to go play Halo and Call of Duty, go play Halo and Call of Duty.
I do want a Metroid multiplayer game, but I don't want it to be focused on Samus.
Yeah.
I would actually want it to be focused on the Federation and the Space Pirates fighting each other.
And nobody's going to buy that.
And that's the problem. Nobody's going to buy
that's
that.
That's going to be the problem,
because there's no Samus in it.
Yeah.
Even though that's another facet of the freaking universe.
Yeah.
But
it is.
That's not what everybody wants.
Yeah, so I mean, It's just one of those situations where it's just like, as much as I love the series, I'm not delusional. Like, I love Legend of Zelda. I'm not delusional. Like before Breath of the Wild, Zelda didn't sell like that.
Nah, it wasn't.
It wasn't. And now, even after Tears of the Kingdom, people are complaining now because they wanted to go back to where it was before. I'm like, y'all kept saying they need to go open world. You kept saying they need to do all this stuff. They do it. Now you're mad.
Yeah.
Look, there's no win.
There is no win. Honestly, I think a lot of these IPs may need to have like two versions of their games at this point. It's kind of similar to Mario is like the anomaly to where both his 2D and 3D games sell like freaking hotcakes.
Like crazy. Yeah, they sell like crazy.
But that's just because his name is just so big.
Yeah.
And then also he just did something big for the platforming scene on 2D and 3D. But when we look at like Zelda, the 3D side killed it with these two entries, but this might be the end of that era. So what do they do next? And will the crowd go to it? Because Tears of the Kingdom did not sell like Breath of the Wild, even though it's the better game.
It's sold, but not like Breath of the Wild did. Yeah.
No. I mean, now granted, they probably still made more because it was a more expensive game, but I don't know, like, and kind of similar to what I saw in the chat earlier from Dark Angel. I'm right there with you. I wish Bayonetta would sell more than your 2 and 3 million.
All of us,
but it's never going to happen because for whatever reason, those style games, I don't know, they just don't do it. I don't know why.
I mean, Devil May Cry didn't. I don't know what the numbers wound up being for Stellar Blade, but I'm like, they just
3 million.
Oh, so yeah,
and that's counting 5 NPC. Yeah.
And I heard a rumor they talking about bringing that to multi-plat because they're trying to recoup money. They're trying to recoup money. I'm like,
and I don't think that Stellar Blade was ever specifically just Sony's IP anyway.
It wasn't. No. I mean, it costs a lot of money for 4K cheeks. It's just you gotta put it out there. So it's
and also the other thing too about Bayonetta is like it didn't cost as much as people think it did. Like that's the other thing too. Like if you don't, if you're not, you don't, your game don't gotta cost $400 million for it to be good. All right. And people, like, once again, and I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but I'm like, your video game should not cost as much as a blockbuster movie. You're not gonna make that money back.
No, you're not.
It don't work like that.
It's not gonna happen.
You are not Marvel, you are not DC, you are not Star Wars, you are not Star Trek. Do not do this.
Which
you can't get away with that.
Which we're seeing proof now. Because Ghost of Yote is one of the first games that's under this new regime as far as pricing. And it's selling pretty well.
And they were trying, and people were trying to get that stopped. And
they were trying to get that stopped for stupid reasons. But I need that to come to PC. So by the time that comes to PC, I can get that on my Steam machine. But that's another conversation. But yeah, I think at this point we have like, so Metroid has gone into the 2D and the 3D space. I don't know what other space they can appeal to. Because like I said, I look at the games that are successful that's in the first-person shooter genre, and those are online hero shooters, battle royales. I would never want Metroid to do that because I feel like at that point you're tainting the IP. But it's got to be
with Halo. It'd be the same thing that happened to Halo. You don't want it. You don't want that. If you put that,
you don't want it, and so that's where I'm like, all right, cool. Sometimes things may just be best where they are, and obviously Nintendo's happy with it because they keep putting money into it. So maybe our expectations are just, we want to see the game succeed. So it's always from a place of positivity. But it's like, hey, look, maybe it's just fine where it is. And while we always would love to see it do 20 or 30 mil, maybe 3 million is just where it needs to be.
As long as they make profit, they're good.
That's it. Thing. Yeah.
You just got to make profit. Like there's a lot of these games don't make profit.
Yeah.
Or it's very minimal.
Yeah, RJ, you're right too, and that's another thing that people got to get away from too. It's like, oh well, this sold this. I'm like, well, if it's always on sale every goddamn 2 weeks, they're not
making their money because, like, you got to remember, a lot of these games should be charged at 90 and 100 and 110, but they're not. So.
I look at Devil May Cry 5 and I'm like, it got to 10 million units just now, but that game was constantly on sale for $20 and $30 a pop. Hell, I got it for $20.
Man, I got the 20 and the DLC. So it's like, like it's because Capcom's always throwing sales. That's it always works.
So
did they make profit?
Probably.
I mean, at this point, they should have.
They should have, but we don't know though because we don't.
No, we don't.
Yeah. And you got to remember, they don't. I don't think they add marketing into the whole thing until afterwards.
Right.
So
yeah.
So it's just
Capcom and Ubisoft and all of them, they give their games away. And then, like you said, even with Devil May Cry 5, as long as it's been out and with all these sales, they should have recouped something by now. But ultimately, when those games, everybody should have, but understanding that, hey, you put a lot of money in making this multi-plat too. So it's not like this was just one platform that they sold to. It took them all platforms to sell this damn game.
Sell that,
yeah. So it's crazy, but like I said, I think we've just gotten to the point to where we would love to see our favorite games reach that anomaly, right? Because 3 million, 4 million, that should be the norm at this point in time, and we just want to see it do a lot better. So I mean, I understand that 3 million is fine. It's just I would love to see, as much as this game gets talked about and as much effort as Nintendo puts into it, I think Metroid should be right up there with at least Kirby.
I would love that too. I didn't got to. I've made my peace with it. I'll put it like that. I've made my peace with it.
And that's all that matters, really, with the fans. If the fans love what Nintendo's putting out, I think that works best because honestly, when you get a lot of sales, you then bring in the people that are disingenuous and they're now asking for you to make changes that they genuinely don't even care about.
Oh, they don't ask, they demand.
Oh, true. Because
they don't even ask.
Metroid's non-fans have been doing that for years.
But that goes with anything. I mean, you look at, you know, music, movies, whatever. Like when it starts getting to like that high end acclaim space to where it's now bringing in so many different types of casuals, the complaints come in, and then as a developer, I would imagine it's hard to ignore because you have stockholders, you know, that's like, hey, well, they want this, so why are we not doing this? And it just kind of kills the original vibe of which you had your original vision, all because you sold more, but now that means you have to appeal to more, and that's the problem. But but yeah, it can be on the bottom of the totem pole. I think as long as we understand that Metroid is one of their top tier games, it just may not sell as such, but it is one of their top dogs for sure. That name is synonymous with Nintendo.
I mean, if it wasn't, they wouldn't have. Have you seen Kid Icarus outside of 2011?
It's gonna take Sakurai for that game to come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, they have a lot of them, but they have to focus on what sells. I can't blame them for that because Nintendo ain't as big as people think it is. It's not.
Yeah,
they're not as big as you think they are. So they do have to focus on what sells. That's why when you hear people talking about F-Zero, but I'm like, yeah, but did you buy it? Did you play it? Did you support it? No.
As simple, you ain't got to buy. As simple as F-Zero 99. Did you enjoy it, and did you put a nice amount of time into it? I'm not saying you have to keep playing it, but did you put a decent amount of time to where you like, you know what, I would like to see more of this? And if you didn't, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, Chief.
That's why if you complain about fast racing, you should not be asking for F-Zero.
If I'm Nintendo, I'm looking at that. Like if I'm Nintendo and I'm looking, I was like, hold on, they sold what? Like they came out at launch and they were what, $15 for the game?
Yeah.
And that the only downside was there was no multiplayer. Yeah. But other than that, like it was a solid game. And if that didn't get over, let's say it didn't get over a mil or two, if I'm Nintendo, I'm not even talking about F-Zero. Don't mention F-Zero to me.
And I'm pretty sure they're tracking NSO and the NSO numbers.
They're on NSO too.
Yeah, between N64 and GameCube, they track and see who all playing it.
Yeah,
they track it.
Miss me with that nonsense because we got too much ability to track. Like you said, I forgot all about the games being on NSO. So like you got NSO and you got a really good effort from a third-party company that makes something essentially the same and similar. Like, if y'all didn't buy or entertain any of that, don't ask me for no F-Zero.
Because what I was saying was Shinin should do the next F-Zero. But if they ain't gonna buy it, they ain't no. But if you ain't gonna buy it, I was about to say
F-Zero as a series has yet to crack 6 million units.
Are you serious?
Sold, as a series. And that pisses me off because I love that series.
Crazy.
But the way people talk online, you would swear they sold 30 million on GameCube. I can
understand some because, like, for example, the way I talk about Mystical Ninja, you would think that damn game sold 30 million. I know for a fact it didn't, but you know, some
you are one person. Right. You have one person versus a legion of people that talk about it like they have been playing them. Like, how many of y'all have actually bought these games and how many of you actually played them?
And if you ask them, I'm like, okay, so you got F-Zero GX on GameCube. I didn't get a GameCube. Then why are you running your mouth? Oh, well, Captain Falcon, my favorite player on Smash Brothers.
Okay,
and that's what gets people in trouble. Like that's what gets people in trouble.
You don't know what F-Zero is. You just know Captain Falcon. That's different.
That's not the same. Okay.
But I mean, in a way, it's great advertising. But don't claim to be like this diehard because you like the level and the effort that Sakurai put into it. That means you just never played the game. It's the same crew with Star Fox. Star Fox is like they're tied to 64. Like 64 is on their hip. And even though, if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, they said that Zero essentially was like a remake of 64.
Yeah, it was a remake.
It was a remake. But 64 was a remake of the first one, and then Zero was a remake of 64. So
I need Nintendo to do something different. Damn.
Yeah. Well, because that's why I was like, and Dark Void, thank you for saying that. Golden Sun is another one.
Yes, another one. Yep.
But the thing, like, I love Star Fox on Dinosaur Planet, Adventures on Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah.
Please put that on the NSO, by the way. And Armored Assault.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those two were awesome. They didn't sell like that though.
Yeah. And
So,
like I said, and like what Wade said, I'll give some people due diligence in the sense that they didn't even know it existed. Because like some of these games, like for example, I didn't know about most of like F-Zero until after I got older, because I only knew of course, the Super Nintendo one. I knew of, I think that might have been it. And then I got a little bit older. And I was like, oh, they had a whole slew of games I didn't know. So but when I did find out, I went back and I bought them. But like I said, that's not going to be everybody, because you'll have that group that they love what it could be, but they can't afford in their own head to go backwards, because it's like, oh, those graphics, ill. It's not current. It's not modern.
That's the worst excuse, because we still got games coming out now that use those same graphics.
Sure do.
Basically, yeah. And I don't hear nobody complaining about it, but whatever.
Honestly, the only way stuff like this is going to sell, and I'll be completely honest with you because I've seen a trend of it. We have Star Fox, which is kind of like an on the rails dogfighter in a way. We have Metroid, which is Metroidvania. And then you have what was the other one we just mentioned that don't sell well?
F-Zero?
F-Zero, yeah. F-Zero, Golden Sun, hell, all of them. But like, I think genuinely what you have to get back to is going to have to be the indie crowd. Because even if we talk about Golden Sun, it's not like a 1-to-1 representation, but Sea of Stars showed you like people will go crazy for the game. And but I think it's going to have to be on the smaller crowd that isn't in that AAA talk space. Because the moment that you start getting in that space, people start doing weird stuff in that area.
It also depends on what team you get to make it to. So
that too, I would, that too. Because I mean, we look at what .emu right now; they're essentially carrying the beat 'em up series by themselves.
Yeah, them and Lizard Cube.
Yeah, they're holding that torch by themselves. So when I look at like a dog fighter, in regards to like Star Fox, it's going to take a solid crew that's going to come through and say, hey, look, here's a $15 game, and it's reminiscent of Star Fox. And then they have to then add extra to it. You know what I mean? It can't just be what that was. And people will flock to it because of the pricing. And that it's an indie crowd, because God forbid you don't support an indie crowd, you hate all the gaming. So it's like, so that's where people gonna flock to,
which is a funny thing, because years back you'd have been told, oh, indie games, those aren't real games.
Those aren't real games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, so if you don't pay for indie games, then you're ruining jobs. Yeah, you support the billionaire companies in your shield.
Yeah.
So
we just completely flipped. And Dark Angel, I agree with you. That is something I found to be highly funny myself. All these Persona fans that don't know what Shin Megami Tensei is.
Yeah, that's
and there's so many games in that name.
Know?
Yeah,
like even like the Devil series and all that. Like I found out about those games. Funny story, and I know we got to move on, but that Persona series, like Shin Megami Tensei, like I found out all of that by y'all's favorite person in the world, and that's Adam Sessler. Like I was getting ready to go to basic training. Like I still had like a week or two before I went to basic training. And so I was like, okay, I got to beat as many games as possible. I just need to play as much as possible because I'm going to be gone to boot camp for a while. So I saw them show Persona 3 FES. And I didn't, at the time, I didn't know this was like another release of Persona 3. And, you know, it was enticing. I went to pick it up. And then when I went to the GameStop, I'm like, okay, that one has Shin Megami on it. That has Shin Megami on it. That has Shin Megami. But they all have like different titles. And I was like, are these all the like same series? Like, no, that's the
same family.
Right. Yep. It's the same family. It's just they look different. Like, Jesus.
You find all the same monsters.
Right. And I was like, so we're not capturing them. We are like we're getting them and then we confuse them. And then with Persona 3, it was like, I'm shooting myself in the head with this gun.
Dude, like
bruh. So you just, bam, let's fight. Wait a minute. You should have already lost, sir. Like that.
Because I think that's around the time that one with the anime that went along with it, where the guy that ripped his face off in the first episode. I'm like, y'all should have told me that was gonna happen within the first 10 minutes. Because That was disturbing. So yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, I feel you on that. Okay, before we get out of here, we do have to talk about this Pokopia one, the one with
Oh man, I'm glad we
Poketopia,
talked about
whatever.
this.
Kia, whatever it's
So-
called.
No key.
So okay, so people probably gonna get mad at me for saying this because this is the last time I'm gonna talk about game key cards because this is ridiculous at this point.
It's ridiculous.
Put your money where your mouth is. If you gonna sit up here and die on this hill of game key cards, don't buy it. Don't buy it digitally. Don't buy it. Stop getting on here. Stop getting online, getting mad at people because they buying something that they like. First of all, you ain't got no business pocket watching nobody. You need to worry about your own checking account.
Right.
Secondly, if somebody want to get it, let them get it. It ain't bothering. It ain't hurting you at all.
Right.
And stop acting like you sitting in these doggone boardrooms with people and you're the one making the decision because you're not.
Mhm.
Because I've seen Ubisoft, Capcom, and there was another developer come out and say the reasons why they went to game key cards. They're all different reasons, but they're valid reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So if put your money where your mouth is. Now, the other thing too, this is a Pokemon game. Nintendo don't own Game Freak. They don't. Now, Nintendo said their first party titles will be available on physical game cartridges. They didn't say nobody else's was going to be. They said they was going to guarantee theirs. Guess what? Game Freak is not owned by Nintendo.
And Game Freak didn't even make this one. It was Namco Bandai.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So once again, there's not them. Even if it was, it's not them. So yes. Do they work with does Game Freak work with Nintendo for Pokemon? Yes. You want to know why?
For sure.
Because that's the best place where they game gonna sell.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
But
And
either way you look at it, they didn't say they would never use game key cards for their games. They said at
for
this
right now.
time we're not
At this
using
time,
exactly.
they never
This
said
time.
we're not going to. They said right now all of our developed stuff is going to be on game cards. That doesn't mean anything for the future. And people run around Nintendo lied. What the hell was the lie?
My thing is, number one, you know their games ain't that big anyway. They can't control third party. They can't control third party file sizes. They can't.
They can't.
They gave
can't
them an
control what they
option.
decide to do.
They gave them an option. That's the problem. They gave them an option.
Okay, so should people be mad at Sony and Microsoft because third parties took the option to have not every game, but have a full Blu-ray and only put a little bit of the code on the Blu-ray, so you have to download the rest?
Yeah. So I mean, or my personal favorite, when they put a code inside your box and there's nothing else in there.
Somehow that's better than the game key card. I'm like, I can still resell the game key card. I can't resell the code.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not that I would anyway, but I'm just saying, like in general.
Yeah, well, I would.
If you really don't like game key cards, just like Jay said, if you don't like game key cards, do not purchase the game. Whether you purchase it digital or not, do not purchase the game. Just don't buy it, because you're not sending the message you don't want the game, because the game sales are still going to be up, which is going to tell them one way or the other this still worked. Just don't buy it. If you are that gung-ho on it, oh, and this is a Nintendo fanboy saying this, if you are that gung-ho on it, do not pay for games that have game key cards.
But this is what y'all forgetting.
This is what
y'all forgetting. Y'all forgetting one key component. If this game looks like something I want to freaking play, how am I supposed to deny it? How am I supposed to
deny it? Deny it.
Put your money where your mouth
There are plenty of games. There are plenty of games I want to play that I will not touch because of things that the companies have done that I disagree with, and I am not buying those games at any point in time. That's an integrity issue on yourself. If you can't stop yourself from purchasing something because you have to have it, that's a you issue. That's not the company's issue. That's a you issue because you have impulse control.
Yep.
Problems.
Yep.
I
So
would be
that's-
more upset. I'd be way more upset. I pick up my box like with freaking Doom, that Doom collection for the Switch. You pick up your box, open your box, and it's just a code in that motherfucker.
That right there is disgusting.
That,
For what they
that
charge
pissed me
too,
off with that collector's edition when I got it, and I opened up the case thinking I was at least having one game on the card. No,
Nope.
I just opened
Yeah,
up.
that
You
was
just get the
disgusting.
code for all the games. So like, why did you? What was the point of having these cases? What's the point of having the basic and then the steel case if there's
Yeah.
nothing to put in them?
There's nothing to put in it.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Now, one thing I found that was hilarious, like people were gun ho. Like when we saw that this was a game key card, they were like, we saw the original trailer for it. This ain't my cup of tea. Like some people was like, nope, this ain't for me. So this was an easy win.
Easy no.
It was a $70, which that threw me off. But then I saw the second trailer and I was like, okay, no, I'm not confused anymore. So they saw the second trailer and they were like, damn it. Because this game is a fusion of Animal Crossing and Dragon Quest Builders.
Yep.
Two very popular games. And then now you add Pokemon into the mix. That's hard to leave alone. Now the only thing that would keep me away from it is that freaking Ditto face. That
that's
still
creepy.
creeps me
Well,
the
that's
hell out.
creepy.
I don't.
I think that's
Goodness.
a callback to that Ditto from that Pokemon episode that couldn't do the faces right.
Which is fine, but that's some the way I talk about horror games and how I'm not touching them. This is very close. This is very, I'm
Yeah,
even when they
agree
showed
with
it,
you
I was
on
like, oh,
that.
that's cool, and then it's transforming into the other Pokemon. I was like, ew, like this. No, I need
Like,
a
why
different face.
you still got that hand drawn face there, bro?
And then the fact it's like you can invite friends. I was like, they all look this creepy. Like, no,
Yes, they
You
do.
be like, the devil is
No.
a show enough lie. Like,
That's the Hills Have Eyes Pokemon edition.
Woo. I was like, this is creepy as hell. But to like I said, besides that point, people thought they were going to be able to skate past this one because we hadn't seen enough of it. Then they saw it, and it was like, shit. Like, all right, I might have to pick this up. Like, you can't.
I
deny
don't
it.
look. I wasn't interested in it in the first place for me, so it don't make a difference.
Yeah, it don't make me no never mind. But like, it's just one of those things of look, they showed you a game, and now you like it, and you gonna have to eat your words.
Yeah.
Either you get the game key card or you don't, because a lot of companies gonna test y'all. For example, Resident Evil. Resident Evil is going to be a test. I want to see how many people stay away from it. That's been Resident Evil, Resident Evil.
clamoring for it.
See,
Let's
see,
see.
let's see if you stay around.
Yeah.
You getting it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's why I said, like, I don't have a problem with people having a difference of opinion. My
Yeah, that's
problem
fine.
is when you keep sitting up here and harping on it, but you have no resolution.
Yeah.
What's
Yep.
what's your solution for it then? Oh, you don't have one, but you want to keep going back and forth with people. Like, if you're gonna tell me 2 + 2 = 13, I'm just gonna let you have it at this point. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you, and that goes for people that know me that have been on this podcast, and that if you're gonna down that hill, by all means, they can be on the one. Watch Highlander. I don't know what to say to you because to me, it's not that serious. It is not that serious.
It's
like
video
I said,
games.
And I one more point I want to bring up for this because I know people have said it and other people say, well, it's not the same thing. If you have a Steam library full of digital games like I do,
Thank you.
you should not be complaining about game key cards
At all.
You should not at all be complaining about game key cards. Well, what if the servers go down? I could plug in my Wii right now, clear out my data, and still re-download all of the games to my Wii that were digital games that I could download.
Yeah.
So until the problem becomes an actual problem,
Yeah.
let's not assume it will be.
And that whole idea of what if they take the servers down, you'll be in the same position I'm in, because if you bought that game on a physical disc, that game ain't on that disc.
Correct.
So you're gonna be in the same boat I'm in. So what's the difference?
I'll say this too. Like, if you live by whataboutism, don't buy any games, period.
Don't buy any
because
games,
what if I get a PlayStation and it doesn't turn on? What if I buy an Xbox and the hard drive dies on me? Like, what if something breaks in general on my Switch?
You know what? Here's the what if that actually has happened. I bought a game and the company shut it down on their side and I couldn't play it anymore. That has happened. That has definitely happened. And it didn't matter if the game was digital or physical either way, because it still had to reach back to their servers to make sure it was a registered copy of the game.
Yep.
So either way, you still in the same boat.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat. So that once again, like I said, if you love physical, hey, I ain't hating on you, but stop with this narrative. Just stop, because like we've said this time and time again, when you looking at Activision's Call of Duty and that game is 315 gigs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What disc did you pay for that game's all on one disc? And I know you didn't pay $70 for it.
Yeah.
You can stop with that lie.
There's so many things. So many things that could go wrong, and even like the Concord situation, that right there, I think that's justified. But but that's so rare. That's so rare that you don't see that happening that often. But this talk about servers and that going down, like, just be thankful that you're alive to even think about that long. So enjoy the game for what it is, and then go about your day. Like, I don't understand that, because that lets me know a lot of the people that are talking about it, y'all not playing.
They don't care about playing
care.
the game. They just care about talking about it.
Yeah.
And that's
I like playing and talking about them.
Because even as a collector, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. As a collector, 9 times out of 10, you're just going to see the spine of the case. So the dialogue in the front shouldn't matter. So like I'm not understanding this confusion. I'm really not. But hey, look, that's why I stay away from it.
Yeah,
I don't know any game collectors that actually face their games out frontward. I've never seen that.
I've only seen a few, and that's because they had a small library. But
but that's like you had a small library, or you have like a special box. But I'm just talking about just the general cases. I've never seen anybody do that. Like, we ain't setting them up like they set them up on store shelves.
Exactly. Like, that's why I was like, oh, I'm a collector and it's gonna look ugly. I'm like, but they have the same spine. Like, it's not
like, and you can always print a new label. Like, you can
exactly
go online. You can go online, print the label you want, remove the one that you don't like, or just put the other one over top of it. One way or the other. You can get rid of the look you don't like.
There you go.
Yeah,
we're in a digital age. You can do anything you want to, for the most part.
We are in the age of information, and people somehow can't find it.
Yeah,
that's the disgusting part.
Which makes no sense.
You have a supercomputer in your pocket, and you struggle to find information.
But you can find out. If you wanted to find out what Kim Kardashian had for breakfast, you could, amongst
other things. But
that's what I'm saying. You can find what you want, which that's why I'm like, at this point, it's just. It's just, to me, it's too much complaining about nothing. Because most of these people complaining, most of these people doing videos, most of these people going at it with people on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, they ain't gonna put the money where their mouth is at the end of the day.
Nope.
They're not. As soon as they find something they like, and like you said, Resident Evil Requiem, that's gonna be we're gonna see. Oh, we're gonna see.
That's gonna do numbers,
boy.
That is gonna do numbers.
We're gonna see.
Now, if Square wisens up and puts the Kingdom Hearts games on the Switch too, it's going to come in the key card.
Yeah,
ain't no way they ain't doing that.
They were bold enough to do a cloud, so you already know what time it is.
They bold enough to charge you $90 for cloud. So
just disgusting.
So I mean,
and isn't Final Fantasy VII
Integrate's coming. Yeah, Integrate's coming in January.
Isn't that going to be game key card?
That's too big of a game. Yeah,
that has to be game key card. That's 90 gigs, dude. That has to be a game key card.
I'm just saying.
So
look, by everybody else's logic, they could have taken 2 of the regular game cards and split it in half and put them in there.
Well, here's the funny thing about it is that's what people were complaining about before they started going to this one disc format. People was complaining they didn't want to have multiple discs. They were going to do that. They were going to do it just like it was back in the late 90s. It was going to be 3 discs, or have double disc or whatever, or double, physical media. But people complain they don't want that. Okay, well, guess what that means? You're gonna have
this stuff ain't gonna be unless it's definitely smaller than that file size. Some stuff just is not going to be multi-disc.
Yeah. And T-Boss, thank you. Yeah, that one was on 2 discs, but like most of the other stuff, they were complaining about that. That's why for so long there hasn't been that. And this was like the first one they did in like what 15 years that was multi-disc, because I think the last one was what, Odyssey for Xbox 360.
Don't let me lie to you. It's been so long.
I think that was 4 discs.
I will not give Square Enix a break. They have screwed up too much stuff. They need to be whipped back into shape.
I can't wait to see how realistic Age will look.
We need Doc to be in the training room with them like he was Lil Mac. Get them back into shape.
Yeah.
Square
they started to though, but they starting to, because you saw they started cutting back on some of the craziness they've been doing.
But they got to, because they didn't overspent so much.
Yeah. So I mean, hey,
we're still in the red.
They're gonna be in the red for a while. So
look, they better hope that nobody buy out Team Asano from up under them.
Yeah,
because boy, that'll ruin them.
If that happens, they done. Them and was it RPG Factory?
Yeah,
so
you buy them out. They buy them out from under them. That's it. Game over.
Yeah, because they actually
might as well pass them IPs along.
Yeah, because they actually make the stuff that's actually selling that don't cost that much to make. So, but all right, peeps, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you everybody in chat for coming through. We appreciate it. Jack, anything you want to pimp out?
Yeah, so like I mentioned on the channel, I finally dropped a video this week in regards to the conversation centered around Steam, which I go into detail as into a lot of the communication that's going around as far as like, oh, this is like the new coming of Christ when it comes down to gaming. And then like, no, it's not. And then on top of that, Xbox is doing it too. So within the video, I'm curious to see when Sony's going to do it. We've had plenty of conversations about future of gaming, and one thing we've always come to the agreement on, one thing Sony's going to do, they're going to be behind and then they're going to copy homework. And so I'm curious to see if they are going to copy homework, because they're behind the ball curve right now. Just like real quick, when I say they behind the ball curve, if you look at the handheld space, Xbox, they cheated. Like they just went through their name on something, and they were like, hey, I turned in my homework even though it was somebody else's homework. So then like they can at least say they in the game. We all know the Steam Deck exists. Then we go to VR side of it. They have the Steam frame that's dropping, and then once again, Xbox cheated again. Hey, Meta, like, can I put my name on your homework and then turn it in until my stuff is ready to go? So like, so they've done this twice. So now we know like their next console is going to be a console PC hybrid. So they're just trying to make sure that they're in the existence until their main product is ready and go, which I'm worried, because we've never seen a Microsoft handheld product and we never seen a Microsoft VR headset. Because typically Microsoft doesn't do hardware, they do software. So this is going to be interesting to see what they do. But then as far as Sony is concerned, the PS6 is meant to just be a console. Their handheld is meant to just be a standalone handheld. And their VR is, well, it's there. So I'm curious to see how this all works out. But nonetheless, check out the video just to get my full viewpoint and opinion on how this whole thing plays out in the end.
All right. Andre.
I don't have anything right this moment, but I got a couple ideas. I'm probably just run through real quick while I'm trying to get this other video to fully process. So I got some stuff I might just put up just for fun, just to mess with people.
Sweet. All right. I got a couple of vids coming out this week. Age of Imprisonment inspired or from.
What difficulty are you playing on? If you don't mind me asking.
Normal.
Okay, I might need to switch to normal.
Yeah, just switch to normal so you get your level up.
Because it's taking way too long.
Yeah,
way too long.
Yeah, I just do the because I make sure I do the experience plus buff it before every mission to get my experience up. I try to get that thing all the way over to the max, and then
somebody to camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just just do that, and that way it won't be bullet sponge. Because once you get your level up, like I just did the Crimson Omen fight where I fought the Dark Construct, and I was like 15 levels ahead of him. So
gotcha.
yeah, just do that. Also, tomorrow is the Game Awards nomination show at noon EST, which means since I'm home tomorrow, I will be doing a live reaction like I did last year. Oh God, pray for me. Oh, but yeah,
I don't know why you do it to yourself.
got to, man. Getting ready for the Achilles. We're getting ready for the Achilles, man. Got to. So
This reminds me
we
of the
got
Dundee
look. You got to know the appropriate alcohol to pair with the roast.
You do. Like
It's always high though. It's always high.
I'm gonna have pineapple juice and Jamaican rum this year. So
Jeez.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you
Hey,
ain't
look.
playing no games.
I might have a couple things I might just put together for myself. I might just mix my own drinks. But I want to know what I'm gonna have. I want to know how I'm going to feel for the mix that I'm going to make.
Basically. So yeah, we do have that tomorrow at noon EST, 9 Pacific, 9 a.m. Pacific. So I will be going live probably around 11:45. So yeah, if you're free, if you're at lunch or whatever, come through. I think last year was only like 30 minutes, so I'm not expecting it to be that long.
Mm-hmm.
Expecting it to be like another 30 minutes, but yeah, Jeff Keighley did say on X on Saturday that they were doing the show on Monday. So yay, we're gonna find out what we're gonna be looking at for the road show. The reaction show this year. So, our annual reaction show. So
that's what it is at this point, because it's not there to see who wins the awards, because it's always a shit show every time we look at it.
Hey, look, as long as the big homie Joseph there, I'm good.
He got to have another moment like he did last year.
Yeah,
because last year was hilarious. Where he made the cameraman put the camera on his children. That was hilarious. So
look, even if he's there solely because he tells us like, "Hey, Split Fiction is going to get like a Nintendo Switch 2 edition," like I even if it's just that, I need him on screen.
Yeah,
and the Muppets. I need the Muppets
stage.
too.
Yeah,
I need the Muppets.
Yeah, because it took a minute for the Muppets jokes to warm up. It took a minute for their jokes to warm up.
They ain't coming back. Now, you saw Jeff Keighley's face last year. They ain't coming back.
Nah. Bring back the personal torture chamber. Come on.
Nah, he ain't
bring
doing
them
that.
back.
Because you can tell, like, when they said, I forgot what they said, but he looked at it like that. Wasn't on this. Nah, yo.
That wasn't on them cue cards, homie.
That wasn't on them cue cards at all. I was not
like,
prepared for
he got
this.
mad as hell. So,
but you gotta let them ad lib some, or otherwise, because I think when they started ad libbing is when it got funny.
Good. That's when it got
because
funny.
The stuff that whatever they had pre-written for them was awful.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that is tomorrow. So we'll be doing that live. So at 12. So
I want the Muppets back. I want them back.
I want them back, but I don't see that happening. Just because of how he
or if they do come back, they are going to be so curated.
Oh yeah, it ain't gonna be them two. It'll probably be the Count and like Elmo or something. It ain't gonna be them two.
Oh no, they ain't gonna do Elmo. Elmo will crash out.
Yeah,
sure.
Elmo will crash out, especially somebody bring Rocco along. Elmo will crash out.
Yeah, so. But we're gonna see what got nominated and what pretty much got ignored because of his and how many people he has on the voting committee that he knows he don't listen to. So
that dude is
we'll see how that tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, I'll be here tomorrow to do that live. So we shall see. But thanks again, everybody. We appreciate you, and we'll see you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, peeps.
Peace, everybody.